LTV's Action Sports is brought to you in part through the generous support of these Leominster sponsors. By MP Crowley Company Incorporated, www.mpcrowleyinc.com.
With their ticket punched to the Division II playoff play-ins, Leominster Blue Devils girls tennis wraps up their season tonight against North Middlesex. Hello again from high above the tennis courts at Leominster High, alongside our LTV production crew. I'm Cody Roy. And matchups this evening, starting from doubles 2 and working up the rosters, it'll be Lydia and Rebecca Kranz for the Blue Devils against Alice Desjarnais and Megan Mellon. Singles 1, Maggie Layton against Eduarda Silva, senior and a junior, against Lauren Allen and Ashley Lopez of North Middlesex. And on to singles, it's a debut for sophomore Grace Cafferty against senior Alice Stewart. Another Blue Devils debut, Amelia Schultz, a sophomore, against senior Rebecca Noon. And finally, the featured matchup today, Ellen Play-In, sophomore, undefeated for the Blue Devils this season, 13-0 against senior Rebecca Silvestre. Blue Devils 8-6, good for 53rd in Division II. Again, they've qualified for the play-in. North Middlesex 8-5, 52nd in Division III, also qualified for the play-in there. Those matchups, singles 1 will be the one closest to the screen, and working backwards from there. High school tennis, interesting scoring. Games are best of 3 sets. And you consider each match to be 1 point. So if you win 3 of the 5 matches, you win the contest. Underway now. Pellegrin to serve for Blue Devils. Both playing conservatively in the early going. And that'll be forced error, 15-love for Pellegrin. And fault. Stays in, but it's a great recovery from Pellegrin. Now stays in as well. And that's out, 30-love, Blue Devils. Serve paint line stayed in. Return is out. Game point, Pellegrin. And fault. Pellegrin second serve. In. Pellegrin just barely gets that over the net. And game's 1-0. Pellegrin and Blue Devils in the featured matchup. Elsewhere, Noon up 1-0 over Schultz. In singles 2, singles 3, Stewart's up 1-0 over Cafferty as well. Doubles just getting going. Sylvester serving. Sylvester handcuffed by the return, 15-love, Pellegrin. First serve into the net. Second serve makes it over. Shot from Pellegrin barely stays in. Able to get that over, and it just dies out. 30 love, Ellen Pellegrin for Leominster. First serve for Sylvester out. Second serve is in. And that'll go out. Game point, Pellegrin. The chance for the early break. Serve comes over. Very good volley here, and that will go out from Pellegrin. 40-15, second break point. As Amelia Schultz takes the game on Rebecca Noon. Singles 2, now 1-1. First serve into the net. Second serve was in. Pellegrin on break point, able to get under that. And into the net. 40-30 as Rebecca Sylvester, the senior, stays in on Ellen Pellegrin in this game. Further down the court, Maggie Layton and Eduarda Silva. Doubles one, up 2-0 over Lauren Allen, Ashley Lopez. Third opportunity here at a break point for Pellegrin. That one just barely stays in, paints the line. And that will go out. We'll make it 2-0. Pellegrin. As she comfortably breaks serve. Doubles 2, the Cran sisters up 1-0 over Alice Desjardins and Megan Mellon. Blue Devils lead that. And back on court one, first serve from Pellegrin is out. Second stays well in, that one in the corner. Pellegrin gets well under that one. And Sylvester can't return it. Quick 15 love, Pellegrin, Blue Devils. And that'll go out as well. Can't return it, 30 love. And that handcuffs game point. Pellegrin yet to lose a point on serve. And she'll take that game as well, 3-0. Further down, Amanda Schultz up 2-1 on Rebecca Noon in singles 2. Singles 3 looking very similar to singles 1. Ava Stewart up 3-0 on Blue Devils. Grace Cafferty making her debut. First there's a low line drive that stays in. Takes an odd bounce, but able to control it. That paints the corner. That stays in as well. Very good volley here. Able to catch up to that, but it goes out. Sylvester drops the opening point of that game. And that'll stay out. 15 all. Amelia Schultz in her debut has just gone up 3-1 on Rebecca Noon. And that'll stay out. Pellegrin takes another point, inching again closer to break. .15:30 first serve comes short. Second serve stays in, and Pellegrin can't control it. 30 all. That serve had a lot on it. Too much on it, and it'll go out. And the second serve stays in. Seeing Sylvester settle in much more in this game. Backspin almost trips her up, but won't. And that comes off the net. It's another hard-fought point for Pellegrin. .30-40, break point once again for Pellegrin and the Blue Devils in singles 1. And that's perfectly placed. Pellegrin will go up 4-0 in the first set. Singles 3, Grace Cafferty in her debut, down 3-0 on Ava Stewart. And further down in doubles, excuse me. Doubles 1, Maggie Layton, Eduarda Silva down 5-0 on Lauren Allen and Ashley Lopez. And back to court 1. Pellegrin serving. Has yet to give up a point on serve. And that serve too much to handle. Pellegrin coasting through yet another game. Return stays in. Couldn't clear the net. Game point for Pellegrin. First serve out. That'll stay in. Good defensive play from Pellegrin. And that will sell well over the top. Pellegrin set up to break for set. Meanwhile, singles 2, Schultz and Noon. Schultz down 5-1. Noon serving for set. As that goes out, it's point for Noon. Pellegrin chance to close out. Perfect set. Setting in for a good body. Pellegrin able to get that well across. And that into the net. 15-love, Pellegrin. Rebecca Noon has taken the first set in singles 2 for North Middlesex. Further down the way, singles 3, Blue Devils have taken the first set. Grace Cafferty in her debut. All of the courts still finishing set 1. Pellegrin looked to topspin that, couldn't get it through the net. 15-30. As we set up for a volley. And that's just too much for Sylvester to control. Break and set point for Ellen Pellegrin. And that comes over across and will not stay in. Ellen Pellegrin takes the first set 6-0. Further down in singles 3, Alice Stewart's up 3-1 on Grace Cafferty. It's that game much more hotly contested. Doubles 1, Blue Devils have taken the first set. It's Leighton and Silva over Allen and Lopez. And doubles 2 tied at 3 games apiece. So we turn our attention to court 2, Amelia Schultz and Rebecca Noon. Noon is taking the first set, is up 1-0 in the second, and serving. The bigger picture, fairly even so far. Both sides have taken one set in each of their respective games. Noon to serve. Serve will stay in. And return will go just out for Amelia Schultz. Game point Noon. That will go out. Rebecca Noon goes up 2-0 on Amelia Schultz on court 2. Singles 3, both sides go to take some coaching. Stewart is up 4-1 on Cafferty, favoring Middlesex. We turn our attention back to the featured game. Ellen Pellegrin's taking the first set on Rebecca Sylvester. Blue Devils with the advantage. And that from Sylvester will carry out. 15 love Pellegrin. Serve too much to handle, now 30 love. First serve off on it. Game point Pellegrin now. turn out once again. Pellegrin goes up 1-0 early in the second set. Singles 2, Schultz for Blue Devils serving down 2-1. And that will go out. Point for Rebecca Noon. As the senior continues to best Blue Devils sophomore. Back to court one, Sylvester's first serve into the net. Noon's second serve lands in. Sylvester unable to handle the return. Second serve after the first is out. And after Sylvester out as well. Break point, Pellegrin. First serve faults. As that goes out. Correction, this will be game point for Pellegrin here. 40 love. First serve just out. Great job from Sylvester to chase that out and still alive in the point. And unable to control that one, came in hot. Pellegrin goes up 2-0. Further down, Noon is up 3-0 and a set over Amelia Schultz. Blue Devils finding no luck either in singles 3. Alice Stewart up 4-1 on Grace Cafferty, the sophomore making her debut. And in doubles, Blue Devils have taken the first set and are just 2 games away from taking the match in doubles 1. And doubles 2, 4-3, very even. Blue Devils with the advantage there. Back to Pellegrin and Sylvester, first court. $15 all on a back and forth game. That would almost die, but too much to handle. For Pellegrin, Sylvester takes advantage. $15-30, first serve, didn't have enough on it. Second serve out as well. Break point, Rebecca Sylvester. Suddenly a chance to get a little momentum back on her side. As that hit just too true. .40-30 now. Second break point, and that goes out. And for the first time in this match, we go to a deuce. Sylvester unable to chase that down. Advantage Pellegrin. Sylvester not going quietly in this game. Almost too much for Pellegrin to handle, which gets back under it. And that is beautiful backspin from Sylvester. We go to a second deuce this game. And that stays in from Sylvester. Sylvester able to get back under that. And that just too hot for her to handle. Advantage for Pellegrin once again. And that is game for Ellen Pellegrin. Hard fought one at that. Further down, first set just about to be rounded up in singles 3. Alice Stewart in position to take that. Doubles 1, Blue Devils just 2 games away from taking that one. And doubles 2, Blue Devils have taken the first set there as well. Second set just underway. So we take a break from the featured court. Sylvester goes for some coaching. Turn to singles 2. Amelia Schultz is serving. She is down 3 games to 1 in the second set. And her serve comes off the net. Her second serve will find its way in. And that comes off the net, able to recover that very well. Was Schultz. Still alive, this turning into a very hard fought point, and that will land just out. Disappointing for the sophomore. Making her debut in singles tonight. Singles 3, Stort has officially taken the first set. Grace Cafferty steps off to go meet with Coach Robichaud. Schultz now down 4-1. That match in its second set. Turn back now to court 1. Sylvester back and preparing to serve. First serve was out, just barely. That one will land in. Sylvester unable to take that, goes into the net. And that will just land in. Great placement from Pellegrin. Able to bring Sylvester in short and then go over the top. And that'll go out for Sylvester. Pellegrin's shot placements have been very difficult to deal with in this match. Game point, first serve out. We'll go over a moment to court 2. Rebecca Noon is receiving for match. First serve from Schultz. Looked like it might have been out. Schultz was not able to control that and will go out. Schultz first serve lands out. Second serve out as well. His return from Noon died out. It was well placed and a point for her. And that almost made its way over, but it wouldn't for Amelia Schultz. And that'll be the end of that game. Rebecca Noon takes singles 2 over Amelia Schultz. Overall score is now 1-0 for North Middlesex. Worth noting, Blue Devils lead in singles 1 as well as both doubles matches. Singles 3 ended as well. I believe Alice Stewart has taken that one over Grace Cafferty. Excuse me, that was doubles 1. Maggie Layton and Eduarda Silva have won that one over Lauren Allen and Ashley Lopez for the Blue Devils. We'll make it 1-1. That leaves singles 1. Pellegrin leads over Sylvester. Singles 3, Avis Stewart for North Middlesex leads over Grace Cafferty of Leominster. 1-0. And doubles 2, Karen Sisters ahead over Desjarnais and Megan Mellon. And that game on the far side, into the second set, it is 2-1 in favor of the Kern Sisters and the Blue Devils. Back now to court 1, Pellegrin serving. Up 4-0 in the second set. First serve into the net. Second serve is good. And couldn't tell if she had gotten to that, but it looked like she did. And that'll go out. And that's game for Pellegrin, who will be receiving for match. Pellegrin receives for match and put Leominster up 2-1. And that goes out 15-love, Pellegrin. First serve into the net. Second serve, Sylvester. He's handcuffed by it, 30-love. And this will be match point Pellegrin. Serve in. That stays in. It's a good hit from Sylvester. And some great shot placement. Make it 40-15, second match point, Pellegrin. from that serve out. Serving that. Too much to handle, and that'll be the match. Ellen Pilligween takes that 6-0, 6-0 over Rebecca Sylvester. Blue Devils now up 2-1. Just 2 games remaining now. It's singles 3 and doubles 2. Singles 3 sees Alice Stewart of North Middlesex up 3-0 and up a set over Grace Cafferty of Leominster. And doubles 2, Blue Devils up a set. It's the Cairn sisters against Alice Desjardins and Megan Mellon. And that second set is knotted at 2. We will move over to court 3, singles 3. Alice Stewart and Grace Cafferty. Cafferty's serve is good and forcing Stewart all over the court. And couldn't catch back up to that one, put it through the net. It's Cafferty serving. And that just barely made it over the net, but it did. As Cafferty misses the return. And that from Cafferty couldn't get over the net. Game point, I believe, for Stewart. So that makes it over. Stewart has Cafferty on the defensive. And that's a well-placed drop, but Stewart's able to get back to it. Stewart's still keeping it in play. Great volley here, and Stewart finally acquiesces. Return from Stewart is into the net. Break point for Stewart. In doubles 2, Blue Devils up 4-2. Cairn sisters get closer to the end of that one. Excuse me, I was wrong. Cafferty takes a game back on Stewart. It'll be 3-1. Cafferty's unable to control that. As Stewart looks poised to maintain serve and take the game. First serve squeaks over the net. And that lands in. It's just perfectly placed. Cafferty couldn't get to it. Further down in doubles two, Blue Devils are up a set, and they're up 4-3 in the second. That turning into a very close affair. As Stewart in singles three goes up 4-1. Cafferty goes for water. We'll go over to doubles two. That is still 4-3. The Cairn sisters maintaining their lead in the set. As that's put into the net. Blue Devils will take a point. First serve goes over and return goes into the net. Back to singles. Cafferty serving. It's a good return. Cafferty able to get back to it though. That lands in the high lofting ball. And that's out. Stewart takes the first point of the game. Serve from Cafferty barely makes his way over the net. And unable to control it. Stewart's unable to get that one over. Cafferty wasn't able to get that one over. As that's a very even match there. Cafferty went for a big swing and just scuffed it. Serve from Cafferty. It's a great drop shot. It's from Stewart, and Cafferty couldn't get back to it. Stewart takes that game, and she'll be serving for the match. At that pace, it'll all come down to the final doubles match. Stewart is serving for the match in favor of North Middlesex. And a pair of lofting balls will almost stay in. That one goes out on Stewart. First point of the game goes to Cafferty and the Blue Devils. Stewart puts that one into the net as well. 30 love. So that, I believe, stayed in. Make it 30-15. And in the other game that's going on, doubles 2, Blue Devils are serving for match there as well. Up 5-3 in the second set. Back to singles, Stewart serving for match still. Second serve goes over. And that stayed in, and Stewart couldn't handle it. And that will just barely cross the net. Still in on this volley, as Cafferty would miss that. That should now set up match point. That looked like he was going to cross, but it wouldn't. Serve from Stewart. Return would limp over. Very defensive and out of play from Cafferty. As Stewart keeps the serve alive. That is just narrowly missed by Cafferty. And that'll do it for that match. As Alice Stewart takes that over Grace Cafferty in 2 sets. Tied now 2-2. It all comes down to the final doubles match. Currently 5-4 in favor of the Blue Devils, who are also up a set. And it's Desjardins serving. As she serves for game, now 5-5. Blue Devils serving. So that hit from North Middlesex falls short. (15-love) in favor of Leominster. Pair of quick points from North Middlesex. The serve. Up and over, and that lands just out of play off of Leominster. That almost died out on Desjardins, but it wouldn't. She was able to get it back over. And that one goes into the net. Blue Devils fight back for a point. And not unable to corral that back in, hit it straight down. Blue Devils receiving for match now. That's set 6-5. And able to punch that one over, and it looked like it landed just inside. Wind's picking up just a bit here at Doyle. That lands out 30-love, Blue Devils. Just 2 points from breaking for the match. That lands out 30-15. Serve is in, return also in, just barely, and could not get that back over. Break point and match point Leominster. It's Lydia and Rebecca Kearns for the Blue Devils. And Desjardins and Mellon. And that's all they'll need, and that'll be the match. Blue Devils take the contest 3-2. As it would go down to the wire, the late doubles. The Blue Devils able to claw it out. All 5 games going in straight sets. Ellen Pilligween of Leominster takes singles 1-2-0 over Rebecca Sylvester. Rebecca Noon of North Middlesex 2-0 over Amelia Schultz. Ava Stewart 2-0 over Grace Cafferty. That also for North Middlesex. Both doubles matches going to Leominster in straight sets. Maggie Layton and Awarda Silva and Lydia and Rebecca Carnes both win their matches. 3-2 for Leominster is the final. From Doyle Field. Thank you for joining us tonight. For girls tennis, next stop for Blue Devils will be the playoff play-in game. And for our LTV production crew, I'm Cody Roy. Have a good night.
LTV's Action Sports is brought to you in part through the generous support of these Leominster sponsors. By MP Crowley Company Incorporated. www.mpcrowleyinc.com